And welcome to the Lonely Tardis, your journey through Time Lords and space, where we are live both in your hearts, on YouTube, on the Twitter. We're going to talk about Doctor Who. We are three phenomenal companions to Doctor Who. And we're here to talk about our alien friend from Gallifrey. I am Dolly Demovsky, as you can see my name right there. To my left, your right, is the one, the only Marcus Beer.
Call me Mr. Beer.
Mr. Beer. I like that.
Mr.
Beer. Monsieur Beer. And the person below us,
Hello.
the one, Sean Norton.
The one. Yes.
The one. The Neo, the one. My hodgepodge of an accent there.
Sean, I figured out how you can actually swap, how we can swap the pictures so that you end up in the top right-hand corner. It involves you logging on sooner than me.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
Exactly. I'm going to be stuck in this corner forever. So anybody who's requested that Sean be in that top. Wow. Look at Dolly.
Look at that. Watch this.
Wow. You had the whole thing. And he just
magic.
He just undercut you on that one.
I know. Geez. I'm shocked and stunned. I know nothing about this internet thing.
Now I never have to be on time to this show.
Yes, Dolly, my cunning ruse to actually getting to arrive, on time as opposed
in my defense, I was only like 2 minutes later than Dolly today. Dolly was not on time either tonight.
Yeah, but Dolly, at least he started it up, and then I was up as soon as he was up, and we waited for you.
I gave you excellent intro music. Like, come on.
Yeah. Come on. You're tardy, sir. You are tardy, and there is a slip on the way to you, and any more of those, I'm going to talk to your mother.
Tardy on the TARDIS.
Yes.
On the Lonely TARDIS. Gentlemen, Happy New Year to you both. Happy New Year to our listeners. I'm looking up at you guys. I can see.
God, your hands look big when you wave them in front of the camera. Like
they are actually this big.
What are yours?
Fucking foam fingers.
They're actually this big. We're number one. I can pick Sean's nose from here. Look at that. Get your shave. You guys have the shave. No, gentlemen, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to our listeners and our viewers. It has been a whole year since we last spoke about Doctor. That joke never gets old.
How long have you been thinking about it all week, huh? Yeah.
It's not a whole year, though. It's not a whole year because it's only been a week. You said
it's been only a week since we spoke.
You should have said we haven't spoken since last year.
Yeah, okay. See, I'm drinking wine right now, so it's starting to affect me in a good way. Gents, we're going to talk a couple Who-related topics. The first will be this New Year special, Eve of the Daleks, and then may get into a little bit of show and tell of some fun stuff. But let's talk the New Year's special. The first special of, I think, 3 that are coming this year total. Yeah, maybe 4. It's called Eve of the Daleks.
There's 3 out. There's 2 after this one.
2 after this one. Okay.
She's got
this was
this era is over.
Okay. It's finally over. Written by Chris Chibnall, directed by Annetta Laufer. This is a time loop episode. It's another Doctor Who time loop episode. Not the first, but the next time loop episode. I'm going to ask you guys, Rick, do you remember the last time loop episode that was, I think, pretty phenomenal? Peter Capaldi.
I can't remember a time. I can't remember a time where I enjoyed Doctor Who.
The billion Capaldis,
But
was it Heaven Sent, or was it called? I forget what it was called.
But that wasn't a time loop. That wasn't a
no, because he was cloning himself over and over again. But kind of a time loop-ish idea. One of my favorite episodes of all time.
More of a death loop.
That is really, really
more
good.
of a death loop. Hey, true. Good game. Yes, this Eve of the Daleks was a true time loop episode in a way. Well, not in a way, it definitely was. It starred the Doctor and Dan and a whole host, Yasmin and Yaz. I'll call her Yaz, and a couple new characters, as they were stuck in a time loop as the TARDIS was getting reset. it was cracking. All right, we were kind of speculating a little bit about the TARDIS cracking in some of the imagery that we saw. I think we were shooting messages back and forth in Twitter. But first of all, did this ruin the new year for you? How did it kick off 2022 with Doctor Who and Eva Daleks? I'm going to go to Marcus first. Last week, I think we went with, or last time we went with Sean first. We'll go
Dolly, you never go first.
Want me to go first? Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. All right, fine. I'll go first. I really like this episode. This is the first Chris Chibnall episode that I thought in a long time that I thought actually enjoyable. And I'm intrigued as to how they're going to get out of this one. Definitely the best of this quote unquote flux-ish season. Really enjoyed the countdown. You know, it got a minute less each time. The premise was that was pretty cool, Sean. I like that. The premise was cool. And as I was messaging you, Sean, for the first time in maybe the Chibnall era, I managed to stay awake during an entire episode of Doctor Who without having to rewatch it.
Lies and fallacies, sir.
Excellent. Do you know what's funny about that? This is the first time I think I fell asleep.
And you're partying so hard on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. COVID quarantine parties. No. I love time loops. Groundhog Day is my favorite movie. Time travel is my favorite sci-fi shtick. I love time loops. And I nodded off for about 10 minutes in the middle of this episode.
Good man.
So that's irony for you.
Marcus? Did you know?
Sorry. I wasn't trying to say that was my impression.
What was your?
No. I was just riffing with you because you
riffing with me and my sleep.
Stayed awake and I fell asleep. So,
yeah. What'd you think, Sean? What'd you think?
It's fine. I actually enjoyed it for the most part. I want to focus on the positive this week. Change it up a little bit before I talk about the things that bothered me. So, but I will keep it until we dive into it. I'll say I liked it. I thought it was. The bar is very, very low, but I do think it was a top episode for the Chibs era for sure. For sure.
I'm going to give it mostly harmless.
Mostly harmless. Ooh, I like that. That's good. That's a good way to rate it.
Interesting premise. I felt why it had to be the Daleks again.
Yeah,
for that third straight New Year's Day special, whatever. That felt a bit much. Very interesting premise. Like the follow-on, from Flux. Cast were great. I mean, the cast are banging. I think the cast is fantastic. Excuse me. My stomach doesn't agree, though, obviously.
Was it Aisling B?
Yeah.
Sarah and Ajani Salmon was Nick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfectly inoffensive episode. Yeah. I mean, it just the ending again. Just I was hoping for more than the TARDIS has gone into reset and now we're in a time loop. And what it didn't say why it was ticking down, why it was it was the TARDIS causing the time loop as part of the reset. Was it like a microwave in that it kept on just dinging down 2 minutes till it was ready, 3 minutes, 1 minute till it's ready, and so on? There just seemed to be, like I said, just standard chibi. Really didn't nail the ending. But again, it's just I think by this stage, anything that doesn't totally suck is okay.
Yeah.
That's all I got, really.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say I liked it because of when you're grading against the curve, right? The chibi curve. This is an A on the chib level, when everybody else is getting a C or a D.
That's why I don't like grading against grading on a curve. Because
I will say
one of the problems in America that you grade on a curve.
Correct.
You don't grade on a curve. You basically say this is the level you attain to, not compared to anybody else. This is the fucking level.
No, I agree with you. What I didn't like about this episode, there were two things. One, the second one we'll get to, because I think all of us will talk about this. The first one is John Bishop. I have not been a fan of him this whole season. He has been kind of this. They're purposely making him sort of this dopey, forced, likable character, and it's not. It's like, oh, happy go. Oh, Daleks. All right, well, let's go have fun and kick some.
Hey,
Daleks.
calm down now, kids. All right, calm down.
I can't.
Look,
I can't handle.
He's a Scouser. He is a full
Whatever that word is, I'm sure.
Scouser. He's from Liverpool. He is from Liverpool. Scousers are from Liverpool, and he is somebody who, I mean, Scousers are renowned for their wit, being mostly upbeat because, you know, even though they've been dealt shitty hands over the years, especially at
being from
the hands
Liverpool,
of the government in the past. But I mean, and again, that's who John Bishop is. I mean, you know, having seen him on a number of chat shows on Graham Norton in particular, I mean, it does seem, you know, he's not exactly stretching himself, but that's what he's there for, a bit of levity. Because let's face it, Yaz's fucking mopey face as she pined. Oh, and by the way, did I not call it?
Oh, and that's the second point. That's the second
point. I mean, Jesus, she's been mooning over the Doctor, and look, I got no quibble with, you know, people are going to fall in love with the Doctor. Great, we've had them fall in love with, you know, David Tennant. We've had them fall in love with Matt Smith. Nobody fell in love with Peter Capaldi, which is such a shame.
did.
Although, I mean, I don't know, River Song maybe. River Song. But she fell in love with everybody.
You know what,
but
Mr.
again,
Beer, she likes you.
Huh?
Exactly. Huh?
No,
that's what some of a third grader says.
I mean, it was yeah. I mean, literally, I'm still waiting for Yaz to just maybe pull the Doctor's pigtails and then run away. And look, it's like much of the Chibnall era. It's handled with the deftness and skill of a mallet covered in rat shit. And that's the problem. It could be something that's very intriguing, and I doubt we'd get the whole Rose David Tennant era Doctor ending, because we're not going to get like split, you know, two Doctors. Although we've already had three Doctors of this regeneration in the Flux, so maybe there is a spare running around that at the end of the specials. Yaz opens a Christmas box and there's her own personal anatomically correct Doctor for her to play with and be with and be happy.
Sounds great, actually.
It's a doc in a box. But it's just, I mean, it's been so telegraphed all the way through from almost from last Christmas, to be honest with you, when the Doctor was in this jail and we had you know, Cat and Jack break her out, but it was like, where were you? I mean, Yaz is just so bloody mopey. That's why I'm glad John Bishop is the perfect counterpoint. And honestly, I really hope that John Bishop carries on into Russell T Davis's return on the 50th. I really do, because we need 60th. Sorry, yes, we need a little bit of levity back in the TARDIS, because it's been so damn depressing. Really has.
Go ahead.
I just wish they had more chemistry. I don't care. Like, it's fine. Like, you know, she makes the doe eyes at her, but like their entire relationship, which I complained about when it happened again in the Flux, is just like, tell me things. No. Keep me in the loop with you. No. Well, stop shutting me out. No. And then they run away. Like, and that's their whole relationship. Like, it just feels like it's kind of like everything else is just severely underdeveloped. And I've been reading a lot of people comparing it to like Martha Jones, except at least with Martha Jones, you had 10 episodes or whatever it was developing her like completely enamored with the Doctor, and the Doctor being like, no. Okay, bye. Like, this was just like, oh, there may or may not be something here. I don't know. But they never really talk about anything ever. And they're friends, but their friendship's weird. And Yaz, for the most part, with exceptions, has the chemistry of all of like that mallet Marcus talked about. So it's like, I don't know. It just feels very Chibs like to do it now with 2 episodes left and no development, and it's just like, but she likes you. No, likes you.
I mean, we're literally. I'm sure if Chibnall had another couple of episodes, he would basically we'd have Yaz standing outside the TARDIS playing Peter fucking Gabriel with a boombox above her head. I mean,
I'd be for that.
Let's be glad he doesn't.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, it's me, but it's kind of creepy too. I mean, it's exactly as you said, Sean. It's, what are you doing? Where you going? Can I come too? I mean, literally, it's fart in an elevator.
Stop shutting me out. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, geez,
by the 40th time, it's just like,
never mind shutting you out. How about shutting you up?
It's not a well executed romance by any means.
Well, it seems to be totally one sided.
It is. It feels like it.
Yeah. Which is a shame because it could go off in some interesting directions. But as Sean said, I mean, he left it for till only 2 episodes left. To that might like you. Oh, well, shut up.
It's Chibnall trying to leave his mark, trying to just cram everything into the last few episodes, right? That's kind of what it feels like.
Oh, he's left his mark. He's left his mark. 3 years.
Some might call it a stain.
Yes.
Scar.
Mental scarring on our behalf.
So I mean, overall,
I thought our boy was. I will say, I thought our boy was really good in that scene, and the scene where he's taunting the Dalek, and just in general, like Marcus was saying. I mean, it's a bummer you don't like him, Dolly, and he annoys you because he really is. Up until this episode, anyway, when they introduce those other 2 one-offs, he really is the charisma on this show. Like, and he constantly shows what could have been if they had paired up Jodie with like charismatic companions and decent writing. Like, he is. I don't know.
Could you imagine him bouncing off Missy?
Oh yeah. I could imagine him bouncing off Jodie in the beginning when she was getting established and going a completely different direction and being likable. And focusing on 2 or 3 people and everything else. Like, it actually, the more I think about it, it really bums me out that you don't like him, Dolly. Because
I don't like him.
I wish you could feel how I feel because, like, I feel like he's one of the few lifelines left on the show, and the fact that you don't like him is just such a bummer.
I think he's entertaining, but that's as far as I'm going to get with him.
That's fair.
I don't think he has chemistry with anybody on the show, and I think that's why it feels, at least Graham. To me, Graham was my favorite character out of all of these because he felt real.
Because he's you.
Well, yeah, he felt real. He kind of knew his spot. It's me. But it's I don't know. And Graham felt like the fan watching the show, right? He would kind of ask those types of questions that we as fans would ask, but John Bishop, Dan, is just like, oh, cool. I'll be one of this. Which one of the 7 dwarfs am I today? I'm happy dwarf today. I'm dopey dwarf. I'll be whatever the story calls for.
There are people. People who deal with certain things with levity when they are faced with certain things and certain situations. They use levity as a defense mechanism. I know. I'm one of them. Sean is one of them too, but he's just not funny. That's the problem.
Oh, you fuck.
That's what this whole thing was building.
He took the mallet to me. Oh, God.
But I mean, that's the thing. I actually think that, I mean, we've had Bill Potts, who had more life.
Yes.
We had Nardole, who was comic relief.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have had so many good companions. I mean, even Clara fucking Oswald was actually amusing and sassy and gave us as good as she got. But this current TARDIS has had 2 mopey 20-somethings and a guy in his mid 50s who's like, hey, I lost the love of my life. What the hell am I going to lose?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just it's just not been good. I mean, this might be, he might be literally the first decent companion that has been written into the Chibnall era Doctor Who, to be honest with you.
I agree. In terms of full-time companion, absolutely.
I guess we'll never know.
Well,
you know what? We've had
honestly,
7 episodes.
well, let's face it, he already is. There's only 2 episodes left, and he already is the best of the Chibnall era companions, in my opinion.
I'm going to be a Graham stan forever. So yeah,
there was
I can't be having any truck with somebody who's a West Ham fan. Sorry. Sorry, Sean. You were saying my very funny friend.
Gibberish. No, there was interesting discussion around the character.
Oh shit! The glasses are coming off.
He's gonna cry.
Someone
now.
who
Getting serious. That's it.
All right, let's talk about Yaz, my favorite character on the show. No, there was a lot of interesting discussion about comparing her to the Martha Jones stuff, and then as somebody who may be struggling to come out with her sexuality, to somebody like Bill Potts, who was from the very beginning, you know who she was. She was proud of that. The Doctor didn't care. They were friends or whatever. And so I can't help but reflect on what we say repeatedly about missed opportunities with Chibs's writing, and especially with the first female era of Doctor Who. There could have been something really special there and really compelling to watch had this been something developed prior to this. And there were like kind of moments where we had the conversations and Marcus was like, oh, I bet she has a thing for her. We were all just like, I mean, yeah, maybe, but you kind of like the writing it might be there, but it's really kind of not there. It's kind of an afterthought. And then for all of a sudden this episode, with 2 episodes left in the series, bam, like her. And it kind of sucks. Like it's another thing that sucks because
we had 9 episodes really from Flux.
Yeah.
I mean, you were
even
so
before
right.
that. It could have the groundwork could have been laid prior to the other 2 leaving. It could have been laid, in the beginning. It's yet another piece of the puzzle for this character. The cop life she left behind, her experiences there, her family, all this other stuff that you just get kind of piecemealed and then forgotten about. And there's no real development with her. Never mind the lack of charisma and like the sort of gelling with the other characters. That's a whole other problem. But like as a character on the show, it is almost criminal at this point now how underwritten she was compared to the possibilities and groundwork he could have laid, and then just like dropped like a brick and then walked away from and never put that asphalt. You know what I mean? He never built that. He just said, oh, now she's this, and oh, now she's in love with her. Maybe she's been in love with her the whole time. And there's something there that could have been like struggling to come out, struggling to figure out who she is, struggling to tell people about it. But instead it was just like, Dolly's favorite character goes out and is like, but you knew, didn't you? And it's not like he was necessarily outing her, because the context of that is that the Doctor has known this whole time, which again is just like, ugh, but then has chosen to ignore it. Very compelling story, completely wasted, in my opinion. So, put the glasses back on. Serious talk.
The glasses back on.
It's how sad is it that when we started doing these, or when I came on board, none of us were wearing glasses?
Correct. Now we all have horrible eyes.
I didn't have gray in my beard either.
Yeah.
Hello. Ali's the smart one. He's not. Well, he can't grow any. He can't grow a beard anyway.
Mine just comes in really. I can grow it, but it just looks patchy.
Oh, I would look like
I've got to say,
it'd be horrible.
More on just I want to just briefly touch on the Yaz situation where I wholeheartedly agree with you, Sean. It's this. It's going to be a really awkward time as they travel around, both knowing that they have this slight weird, like, how do you navigate that in a time machine when you're stuck next to someone for who knows how long, your crazy, life-threatening adventures, because you both have an understanding now of what the other, it's awkward. It seems awkward. And to me, the Doctor's reaction was more of a, oh crap, type of reaction, like, oh shit, like I got to deal with this now. That's what it felt like, instead of her actually being concerned. It was more like, shit, I don't want to deal with this right now, type of thing.
Right. And I guess that was the point of like the episode immediately ending with her flipping the lever to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like there was no time for any of them to process what had just happened. There was no time for any of us to process.
And you see Yaz's reaction too.
She looks at him too. She looks at him and they both look at each other and he just goes,
Yeah,
This
I
is who
tried.
she is, and then she just runs away from the last problem and on to the next thing. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
yeah. Well,
we have the next episode coming in
what are you gonna
spring,
do?
apparently.
Yeah. Is that Easter? Do we know? I don't remember.
It'll probably be the Easter special.
Yeah.
Final
I
comments about this episode?
well, no. We didn't talk about all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff yet.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Are we on final comments? Oh my
No,
god.
we're not. No, we're not. We're 25 minutes in, but go
Dolly
ahead.
wants to get to the Christmas discussion.
I want to get to sleep.
Yeah,
I'm
me
old.
too. I'm done.
All right. Well then
No, go ahead. No, Sean, we're just messing with you.
I really liked the not companions this episode. I mean, the guy whose name I don't remember was a little weird. He was a little weird. You know,
and it's to the point where Sarah actually blows up on him for.
Yeah, I don't think he was a stalker. She made a joke about the stalker thing. I think he was just the thing with the exes, like the keeping the exes stuff was, I don't know. Maybe it really was just one big way for Chibnall to make his exterminate joke. Exterminate.
Maybe.
But she was fantastic. Like,
yes,
she was a riot to watch.
Great actress.
Great actress. Like, had total Donna Noble vibes in a way. Like, completely super self-confident and funny and just stole, like, the scenes. Super charismatic. Like, that's the kind of companion I would love to, like, see move forward or be brought back under Russell T Davies. Like, she was excellent.
She's been in a lot of stuff too, so
she looks familiar.
Yeah, she was in the recent Home Alone reboot, and
I
did a lot of stand up. Yeah, she did a lot of stand up too, so it's good. Good stuff.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about the Daleks in general? Not them coming back for the third time or immediately coming back after she wiped out their entire fleet.
No, I thought, I kind of liked that they had a little bit more of a purpose than normal. Normally, it's like, we're just going to take over the planet. But this time they were directly aiming for the Doctor because they felt the Doctor was the cause of the flux, which only had, the briefest mention this episode of this recent universe ending thing that everybody should know about. Nobody cares.
What? The shit, the whole universe apparently, like most of it is still destroyed. We don't even touch on that. Well, we got to get some flux remnants out of the TARDIS.
Huh?
Are we not gonna? No. Okay. All right.
Fine. Are you surprised?
No.
Look, I guess the problem. We talk about the TARDIS causing this loop, but where in the hell did the Daleks come from? Didn't they get smushed? Weren't they all smushed at the end of the flux and as part of the Sontaran stratagem? Or did these, activate a transmat beam at the last possible second? Where did they go? And how are they tracking the Doctor? Oh, by the way, they can now handle a sonic screwdriver. And they now have Gatling guns? Where did that upgrade come from?
That was awesome. That was awesome until it went from them gunning them down with precision to like missing all 5 of them. And
stormtrooper levels of
yeah.
Oh my God. And that's kind of the problem ultimately with the episode that leaves it. One of the things that leaves it just as okay, or Marcus said, like mostly harmless, is it collapses under the weight of its writing and its ineptitude, because it starts really rock solid, I would say. Like, everybody is on point. It feels good. It's got a good flow to it. And then things start falling apart. And the more you think about it, the less it makes sense. Like, the Daleks teleport around until they don't. They kill the power until they don't. They can hit you like that until they don't. And it's just like, all these things that like you start to and it falls apart. And a good time loop, like, you have to follow through on the foundation you're setting before that. And they don't. They just change the rules. The writers change the rules to get to the ending. And that's a bummer.
There's 1, then there's 2, then there's 3.
Yeah.
Why not say, if there's 3, why not 6? Why not every floor covered in Daleks? Why was there only 3? Oh, and by the way, there just so happens to be a shit ton of fireworks on the bottom left over from Bonfire Night. No doubt.
By the other weird guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the one we never see.
Old Jeff. Old Jeff at it again.
Yeah. It's as Sean said, the more you examine this episode, it starts off being mostly harmless, quite enjoyable, blah. But the more you look at this episode, the more those plot holes. I mean, it's literally going from, this is fine, to going, I can now see totally through this. I mean, it doesn't bear the weight of scrutiny. and that's been Chibnall's MO since he started. It's style over content. It's flashy over consistency. There's no depth to his writing, and there's no depth to anything he tries to do.
Nope.
Moving the goalposts. Yeah, I think you kind of brought that up, Sean. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It's a time loop. These are the best stories. They're supposed to be the best stories. Like
I
imagine
still
Moffat
enjoyed it.
or
I
RTD.
still enjoyed it.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm getting crushed under the inertia of the negativity chips. It was fine. It was enjoyable.
It was fine.
It was
And I think-
entertaining.
yeah.
But you have to turn your brain off. You just have to. Like you get to the second half of this story, you have to turn your brain off and just enjoy it for what it is. Otherwise, you'll become like me, and you'll like, oh, I want to be happy about it. And then by the end of a 20-minute discussion with Marcus, you're like, fuck again.
I'm sorry.
Not you. It's me. It's me.
I'm
baby.
the Doctor Who
It's not
Grinch.
you. It's me.
It's me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what they say. We just need to get ourselves a.
You made that fast. Good for you.
Wow. He's
I
got a
think I was
little
quiet
army.
for a few
He's
minutes.
trained his daughter. She's basically off working.
She's
It's
on
like,
the side.
build that
She's
now.
our
Build
pro-
it.
The poor kid.
She's
Dad,
our
can I go to
producer.
sleep? Can I go
Yeah,
to
she's
sleep?
producing us.
Um.
By the way, final
So-
question before I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Valley, I keep
That's
prolonging this adventure. Did you guys recognize the guy at the end?
Who?
No.
The fellow
What guy?
who's standing outside the exploding fireworks factory.
No. He was just kind of there.
I think
Okay,
that
so
I think that was
you two.
Jeff.
No,
Who was
it
that?
wasn't. I had to look it up because I was like, what the
Who
hell
is it?
was that? That was the fella from the very first episode that was being chased and hunted by Tim Shaw. The first person Jodie's doctor saved all the way back in episode 1.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that until I looked it up. So I don't know if it was just like supposed to be like a little Easter egg callback or what, but I don't know. I feel like that missed the mark if all three of us were just like, okay.
If every episode between that one and this one had been half good, we might have actually cared more.
Yeah, I might have cared. Yeah, might have said, "Oh, that's the guy from."
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny though if he is Jeff?
Yeah, that's Jeff. There you
He's
go.
also Jeff.
He's also
Fair enough. I also thought he was Jeff. So
he is the Doc in a Box.
box.
Hey, before we go, we'll do a little show and tell. Marcus brought this up as maybe it could be kind of a fun little thing. Marcus got both of you guys got some really nice Christmas Whovian Christmas gifts. I have 2 Whovian Christmas gifts that I'm going to show you guys at the end. I want to save them for the end because they're a little sentimental. But I did
It's
manage
Dolly's
to.
Doc in a box.
It's
That's what
my
you got. Yeah.
But Marcus,
For
since you brought it
everybody.
up, what were the gifts that you got, my good friend?
Okay, well, gift-wise, my darling wife, as usual, she came and she saw, and first of all, this unfortunately is a size too big for me, and that's saying something. But
Oh, look at that!
Oh, that's
love
cool.
it. I love
that's
it.
cool. I mean, it
You gotta gain
literally
weight, dude.
it's something I'd have to wear as a pajama top, but it is pretty damn awesome.
Just bulk up, hit the gym.
No more, thank you. And then I have this, which is it's a library card. So I'm just going to hold it up.
We're all stories. in the end.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
So it's basically it's a bookmark, but it's also a
Okay.
library card, and it's a quote from the Doctor, and I've already put it to good use. I'm halfway through my second book that I got for Christmas. Then I got this little piece of art to be framed
Oh, that's cool. Look at that.
by Tardis.
Oh yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And then this one, which is this one just blew me away.
Oh, look at that beauty.
So this one, you can't see what it's on, but it's basically a page from a dictionary,
Huh.
and it's TA. It literally starts with TA. You know, it's the TA section. And
sweet.
yeah, so it's basically a piece of art. I don't know what the blue hawk bird thing is on top, but I don't really care because I think it's an amazing little screen print or piece of art, and that's going to be hung up.
Love it.
And then she also got me this to go on the Christmas tree, which is a laser cut, TARDIS in the snow, and that continues the tradition of getting me something Doctor Who to put on the
awesome.
thing every year. Sean, you got some.
Is your tree leaning over at this point with all the?
My tree is now stripped. It's now stripped bare because it's 12th night. So, I've actually brought. I don't know if you can see it right here, but yeah, that's that's literally all the Doctor Who stuff that I will show you all in a minute. But that's all the Doctor Who decorations that I've picked up over the last probably 10 years or so.
Wow.
And that's your laptop.
I want to see Sean's piece of art again.
Well, I couldn't tell what was behind you at first, and I thought maybe you had a really nice piece of artwork against the shelf behind you on your left, but that was just your laptop background.
Yeah,
that was still very nice.
So, look at that.
So shiny.
It's a TARDIS.
I have a TARDIS Christmas tree ornament, but all of our ornaments are packed away, so I can't show that. But it's really cool. It's from Hallmark, and you push the button and it lights up with the original theme and the light on top. That's the one.
That's the Marigold one.
A Doctor Who T-shirt, which is not for Christmas, but I wanted to
love
put it
it
on anyway.
That's really cool.
Relatively new, the last 2 months. I got this comic book, graphic novel with David Tennant.
Ooh,
Doctor
very
Who,
nice.
Revolutions of Terror, which I believe has 2. And I noticed on the back that there are other collections, so I'm going to have to get Capaldi Smith at some point. Keep this going on the bookshelf. And I haven't framed this yet because it's very new and I haven't had time. But my lovely wife, got me this artwork that's going to go probably somewhere back here or here because I can't decide how to finalize my office setup.
One of those spots there. Oh, love it.
Gallifrey. Yeah. Van Gogh style. So
love that.
Quite amazing.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, Dali, are you going to show us anything at all?
Yeah.
Oh, you're waiting for us to ask.
Yeah, I was. These are both sentimental.
I have to tell you to show.
One you've seen before. So nobody in my family buys me anything from Doctor Who for Christmas. I don't get anything because they don't really buy me any geek stuff. It's like clothing, stuff that I supposedly need. But friends got me some things. One friend got me this. And that friend would be this guy right there. Look at that. So yeah, there's the.
We all have one now.
Very cool.
So we all have it now. We all have it. That's freaking cool. We all have
connect
that
us forever. Yeah,
keep
it on my tree forever. Even if
This other gift was also from a friend, and I believe this friend should be on Who at some point in their life because they're easily the biggest fan that I've ever met, and it's this wonderful Christmas card from that guy right there. My favorite Christmas card of all time.
Yes.
Hanging up. I have it hanging up on the wall. Marcus, it's phenomenal. I've never seen you smile this much in my entire, and it's so cool. You got is that Spike right there? There's Sean.
That's Spike, yeah.
It's like a little story. It's so cool. It's not pure Doctor Who, but I looked around and maybe there's some Whovian stuff in the background. I don't know, but maybe Whovian. Maybe there's a TARDIS in the tree. There we go. But no, I love this card. It's my favorite card that I got this year.
Brilliant. And
I got this awesome TARDIS, and you guys really made Christmas awesome. These little givings, I guess. Good tidings is puts a big smile on my face. So definitely thank you guys for giving me some good spirits. Stop that.
We didn't. We didn't put a video message in ours.
Yeah, well.
Sorry. Somebody dropped a QR. Yeah, a
God,
QR code in their Christmas. With a personalized message.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
By clicking that, I do now have your bank account numbers and your. No, just kidding.
There's nothing in it. You can do whatever you want.
That's right. Please put something in there.
I'm drowning in medical debt. I got nothing. You're more than welcome to it, my brother. Let me check actually if there's one other thing. And I'm not
He's gonna
sure
check his
if
bank
it's,
account.
He's gonna check his bank account right now. Yeah,
Let me
after I've
check
trained
for
it.
you. No,
Okay.
that was incredible.
So
You guys made.
unfortunately, there was one other thing that I forgot that Shauna did get me, and I think it actually went straight into the laundry, but because it was an item of clothing. Doctor Who boxer briefs.
You mentioned it. I'm
So I will have to show you my pants later on when they're all clean and ready to be worn. I'll model them for you.
Don't wear them, maybe,
No.
but this is the year. So up until this point, I've been getting like geek stuff for myself, like just typical geeks of video games or some tech things. 2022 is a year of clothing. For me, I have to get a whole new wardrobe. I think I've been wearing this for the last 8 years, let alone 2 years. So a lot of Who clothing is going to be in my very near future here. So
Nice.
And you have your amazing collection of ornaments there, Marcus.
Yeah, well, I mean, this actually comes back to a question I was asked on my podcast. Somebody asked me how many Doctor Who ornaments I had, and I honestly couldn't tell you. So I thought, you know what, I'll bring them up, because literally we took the tree down today, and they're all about to go back into their little wrapped boxes and put away for another 10, 11 months. So I'm just going to go through them randomly. I mean, sure. Every tree needs a Cyberman.
Cybermen creep me out, man. Of all the Who villains, they creep me out.
The Cybermen? Love it.
We have an old school silver Dalek. And then we have the Donald Trump Dalek.
The really chug
Power Rangers one. Dalek.
The Power Rangers Dalek.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that came from the likes of Etsy and craft shows and stuff, including this little silhouette.
Oh, I love that.
Whatever holds the image of an angel.
Let me see.
And you can pass that off as an actual typical Christmas ornament, because some people just don't know who. They'll be like, "Oh, you got a pretty little angel. Why is the angel crying?"
We got three of them. And the other one is Santa, and the other one's Rudolph. Silhouettes thereof. Okay. So then there's this was the tree topper on the Nerd Tree up until this year, when it got usurped by the big ass Death Star. We bought the Hallmark Death Star. And I got to say, it's the coolest friggin' tree topper ever. But there's this one that came off Etsy, and as you can see, it says, "Don't blink." Shauna was very good at finding stuff off Etsy, to be honest with you. Oh, cool. This is where she got me my little adipose.
Oh, adorbs.
And then there is this paper mache.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's very
cool.
Me
two, because the other one is the Batman logo on one side and Superman on the other. And then I don't think you'll be able to see these ones, but it's a set of 4. I don't know if you'll be able to. Oh, there you go. You can actually see. So it's from the Christmas special with Matt Smith.
Oh, yeah.
The Tardis. We got a Christmas Tardis again. All these, like I said, some of them have just come over the last couple of years, some of them longer. Here we have Matt Smith pulling his sleigh. Ooh, misses.
Yeah. Our boy Matt.
Best dog ever.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all just fun stuff. And then, of course, I do have. We have a few of these guys.
Yeah, the doctors, the many doctors, and the angel.
We got 3 doctors, a Missy, and an angel.
Oh, you got Missy. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, there's Missy. Although Missy looks like a repurposed Mary Poppins, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The doctor does. Matt Smith does actually look like Matt Smith.
Yeah, he's got the little.
He's got the look. Capaldi does look like Capaldi, a more rocking version, and then this was the one that came from Hallmark this year. This is the really great Tom Baker one, as far as I'm concerned. And then what's Christmas without a couple of Sonics? I mean, literally, it's amazing how much Doctor Who crap I have. I still got a few to go. Then there's that one. It's wrapped away because it's basically the Van Gogh exploding TARDIS.
Oh, nice.
And thankfully, I mean, we've literally gone from a 3 feet tall black Christmas tree that I bought in the UK a decade ago to now a full-on 6 foot artificial tree pre-lit because we've just got so much of
Got
this
so
stuff.
many of them on there.
Yeah. And then we're now into the Tardises. I'm not sure what's up with the coloring on this one,
I have
but
that.
it's certainly very festive.
It's supposed to be gingerbread.
Oh, there you go. Gingerbread.
He's
have
a
that
smart
one.
one. He's a smart one.
He is the smart one.
We'll keep him around.
Oop, I just dropped this one. Then we have another little flat TARDIS.
Yeah.
Nice little Christmas TARDIS.
Oh,
I mean, literally, I've got all these friggin' TARDISes, man.
Tardis. Is
Tardis.
Tardis is
And then
Tardis
this was the one Shauna got me for my birthday.
Bad Wolf.
From the end of season
That's
1.
cool. That's cool.
Obviously, this one's a little more disco. And then obviously
wow.
you saw the other stuff. But I mean, it's been great that I've collated all these. I mean, there's about 28 pieces, I think, all told.
So cool.
So when I snuff it, I'm going to divvy it up between you two.
I got to get myself a tree for the office here, so that I can have it back during the holiday season. I'll have it back there somewhere, and you guys can see the decorations next year.
Well, this is the other thing that I haven't been able to bring out because we switched to the pre-lit tree, but I have TARDIS Christmas lights.
Those exist.
What is?
So it's like the Christmas lights, the little fairy lights that you put on the tree, but they're TARDISes, and there's like 20 of them.
Oh, wow.
Cool, little hanging TARDISes. I like that. Yeah. I like that a lot.
Hanging TARDIS lights. Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. But I've never really been able to use them because they've always been a little too big, or we're using a pre-lit tree. So I've got to find some way to use them.
Just hang them in your office.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe after we've redecorated, we have to redecorate this office. So, New Broom 2021, 22 even. What is it? What year is it? Shit. I can't remember.
2020.
That's the right answer. What year is it? Shit.
What year is it? Shit.
It's funny. Shauna bought this card from us for us. Christmas 2020.
Oh, jeez.
I just want to celebrate the holidays.
Pandemic raging. Yeah. You're going to be using that one for a couple more years there.
Yeah, like there isn't a fucking pandemic raging. And we never thought that we'd use it again this year. And if I have to use it again next year, or rather this year now, head's going to roll, man. So we have to.
Hopefully we don't have to.
I mean, the high point of December for me was hanging out with Sean, and the fact that it sucked that Dali wasn't there, but it was so nice just to spend the morning chatting and catching up, and we all deserve that. I mean, those of us who are vaccinated and boosted, we deserve that. If you're not vaccinated or boosted, you deserve to rot in a pit for the rest of your hopefully short life. Because basically we shut down on the 22nd. I mean, me and Dali were talking about this. Shauna and I decided to just lock the doors on the 22nd, and the only place I've been since then is for my radiation treatment yesterday. And the next place I will go is my radiation treatment tomorrow, and then I'll go again next week, where I got 5 days a week. But it's just ridiculous. So and there's not even going to be another episode of Doctor Who till Easter for us to bitch about. So we're going to figure out something.
Figure out other stuff and that's we kind of briefly mentioned it before.
There is so much geeky content
that we
so
much
put under the
content.
label of our Doc in a Box show. Doc in a Box presents.
Doc in a Box presents.
Doc in a Box. Marvel Spider-Man No Way Home.
I like
Doc
that.
in a Box.
I like that. Doc in a Box. We'll for listeners and viewers, we've been discussing about maybe having a different show in this, or not a different show, but continuing this show in the off times every 2 + 2 3 weeks, whatever, just to get together to chat, talk about the latest stuff that we've been watching, because like Sean said, there's a lot. Actually, it was Marcus that initially brought this up, and Sean said let's do it. So now I'm beholden to these two fine lads to do this with them. But yeah, we'll get something here the next couple of weeks, I think, and we'll figure out something. There's plenty to talk about. What's it called? Boba Fett's tomorrow, the second episode. So there's that to chat about. There's Peacemaker comes out. There's all kinds of stuff. There's all
Do you
kinds of
see
good stuff.
they've pushed Morbius from
Morbius,
January. That's now the April.
on April Fool's Day, which is so bizarre. Yeah.
Well, again, nobody's going to
make
movies
this
now.
stuff up.
I mean, who the hell in the right mind is going to movies when this strain
The
of
news-
Omicron is putting people in a hospital? I mean, thankfully, I mean we probably won't suffer as much as others, but yes, I'm looking forward to doing it. Well, I'm sure we'll also talk about games. We can talk about. I just started playing with PS Now. I subscribed to that, and I've basically spent the last 3 days playing Infamous from the PS3 on my PC, which is fucking amazing. That game stands the test of time. So we need to have a section where we just talk about how much I love Infamous. And the reason I started playing that is I got Ghost of Tsushima for Christmas, which is
nice,
beautiful PS5 game.
Cool.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
I haven't started that one, but let's save this talk for then. We will get we'll get chatting. There you go. We'll get chatting with these guys. I just wanted to make the ginormous cornstalk length fingers there. There you go. Gentlemen, I sincerely want to thank you. Ladies, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedules to chat with me tonight on this beautiful January 4th. 13 years. I think yesterday was 13 years today when Matt Smith became announced the Doctor. So looking at those original pictures of Matt Smith, it's like, wow, that was January 2009. Yep.
Matt Smith was the I think Matt Smith was the how old's David Tennant? David Tennant's now 50 plus, isn't he? Isn't he like our age?
Yeah.
Matt Smith was the first time a Doctor was younger than me.
Yeah.
And so thankfully they got rid of that. And then with the old man the next time around. But
there you go. Replaced with a geezer. But gents, we'll pick up again soon. To everybody else, please feel free to follow us. You have our social information there at Dali Domofsky, at Sean Norton, at Annoyed Gamer, and check out Marcus's awesome Twitch channel. I've been watching it as well while I work. He doesn't know, but I sneak in there and I get notification that Marcus Beer is streaming.
I get those too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can find us at lonelytardis.com and Lonely Tardis Facebook page. I'm drooling right now because I'm salivating from being hungry.
The glass of wine.
The glass of wine is making my lips numb. Friends, gentlemen, family, everybody, thank you. We'll see you on the next episode of The Lonely Tardis.
It's your doc in a box. Yeah. Your doc in a box. Yeah.